Hello, I am back for another video. I'm going to start a new thing, teaching different cardistry moves in different levels, like beginner moves, intermediate, and then advanced moves. And in this video, I'm going to teach you one of a few different fans that I know how to do. And I'm going to teach this one, and then I'll have different videos hopefully out pretty soon of different fans. The first one that I'm going to teach is just the thumb fan and how to close it with one hand. So the basic thumb fan, of course, looks like this. And the way to do this, a lot of people know, a lot of magicians and cardistry people know how to do this, but I do it a little bit differently because I have smaller hands, and it's hard for me to, do some of the more complex moves. So some of the stuff that I do it a little bit differently than the people. This is pretty majorly the same, but I have a tiny little difference that I don't think very many people do. So you're going to start by pinching the deck in your hand all the way up against the little crooks of your thumb right there. And you want two fingers on the back, and you want your thumb to be pinching as close to center of the deck of cards as you can. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your other thumb. I usually use the side of my thumb like this, and I just rotate it like that. It's hard to give you a good angle because this is the only camera that I have right now, and it's on my phone, so not the best recording, but it's okay. So you are going to take your thumb, and it's starting sideways, and as you go, you're going to rotate it so it starts like this against the cards and then ends with the cards on the side of your thumb. Hard to show you better than that, but the other thing I do is with my other hand. So instead of keeping it like this, like I could, my hands are small, so it ends up hitting that part of my thumb right there if I do it that way, and it's very hard to change that. So what I do is when I grab it, I will start with two fingers, and as I go, I will grip it with my other fingers, and that helps kind of get the full fan, and it also sets you up better for doing the close, because if you just did it like this, you're not quite set up for the close. So, oh, wow, professional, okay. Whoops. So for the close, what you do is once you have your fan, you'll have your thumb here, all your fingers on the back, okay? You're going to grip the bottom corner of this, like just press on it with your middle and ring finger, move your first finger to the side, and then grab towards the center of the card and extend it, and then with your ring and pinky finger, you're just going to pull back. Or if you do it a different way, you can use gravity, or you just pivot, and you don't have to pull back as much. I prefer the pivot. Oh, jeez, I'm a failure. I prefer the pivoting move because it kind of looks fancier when you just... Because whenever I do a fan, I always flash the other side and then come around. And I do that pivoting move, which makes it a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. But it's just as fine just to leave it there and then do it like that. I just prefer to swing it over when I do it. But whatever works for your style, if you're a magician, if you're just doing cardistry, or you're just trying to show off and impress your friends, whatever works, works. So just go with what you enjoy doing or what is the easiest for you. This is the first video in the fan section of what I'm going to teach. The next ones are going to be one-handed fan. That was a really bad one, but and then it's going to be how to get it in both hands, and that little move. And then the fan after that is going to be the riffle fan. And I might come up with a couple other things. I'm not going to be doing the pressure fan because that's something that I don't really like doing, and it's not really interesting to me. I mean, if that's your thing, there's hundreds of videos on YouTube, so you can just search those. But I would definitely recommend going to School of Cardistry. They have really great tutorials for all this stuff. and they probably explain it in a little bit more depth than I'm able to do. I just want to make it a little bit more understandable for some people, because I know that it was kind of hard for me to understand what they were saying, but you know, so this is the first video. There should be more out, and I'll see you guys later.